అధ్యక్ష స్పీకర్ మహోదయ గౌరవ సభ్యులారా ఈ రోజు ఉభయ సభలను ఉద్దేశించి ప్రసంగిస్తున్నందుకు నాకు చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంది. ఈ సందర్భంగా తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్ర లక్ష్యం సాధించిన విజయాలను సంక్షిప్తంగా తెలియచేసేందుకు నాకు చాలా ఆనందంగా ఉంది. కొత్తగా ఏర్పడిన తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రం నూతన ఓరవడితో ప్రగతి పథంలో తన ప్రయాణాలని కొనసాగిస్తుంది. The unfurling of the national flag at Golconda Fort on the Independence Day 2014 symbolizes the unique identity and historical legacy of Telangana. It is indeed with great satisfaction that I unveil the achievements of my government. In consideration of the needs and aspirations of the people of Telangana, my government have formulated several programs for the welfare of the people with a special focus on the disadvantaged sections of the society, keeping in mind the long-term growth and development needs of the state. It is noteworthy that in spite of facing several challenges post-formation, such as inadequate staff and non-availability of senior officers, including those from the All India services, considerable progress has been made on all fronts. The GSDP growth forecast for fiscal 2014-15 is estimated at 5.31% as against a growth rate of 4.8% in 2013-14 at constant prices. The growth shows an encouraging trend in the new state. Despite a decline in agricultural growth due to adverse monsoon, other allied sectors like livestock, forestry and fisheries have registered a good growth rate. Growth momentum in industrial 44.1% and service sector 9.7% has made a major contribution to the increase in the overall GSDP growth. The per capita income at current prices during 2014-15 is expected to be 1,03,889 as compared to rupees 95,361 during 2013-14. My government has laid particular emphasis on the welfare of SCs, STs, BCs and minorities and the poor, as well as inclusive development of all sections of society. In keeping with the promise of recognizing Kaiti Lambadas and Valmiki Boyas as STs, my government have initiated appropriate steps in this direction. Similarly, the work of reconstituting Lambada Thandas and Adivasi Gudams as Gram Panchayats is in progress. Establishment of tribal industry in the state is also under progress. Considering the importance of land in promoting the livelihood of the poor, my government formulated a scheme for providing 3 acres of arable land to each landless poor Dalit family in the name of women. My government is also proposing rupees 50,000 crore for the comprehensive development of STs over the next 5 years. In order to promote the welfare of STs and who constitute a sizable portion of the state's population, my government will strive to provide them 12% reservation in education and employment. To alleviate financial distress of ST families, a financial assistance of rupees 51,000 for each ST unmarried girl is being sanctioned at the time of marriage, while 9.34% of the plan allocation under tribal subplan of 36 other government departments, developmental works amounting to rupees 4,400 crore are being taken up for the benefit of scheduled tribes. People belonging to the backward classes constitute the majority of the state's population, and my government is determined to provide rupees 25,000 crore for the development over the next 5 years. The Kalyana Lakshmi scheme has been introduced, which extends financial support to SC and ST families through the marriage of their daughters. Considering the importance of nutrition for pregnant and lactating women, my government have recently launched Arogya Lakshmi program to provide one full nutritious meal every day through Anganwadi centers. Another important welfare initiative of my government benefiting the poor is the Asara pension scheme introduced last year, covering vulnerable population like widows, weavers, toddy tappers, old age pensioners and AIDS patients. Under this scheme, a monthly pension of rupees 1,000 per month is disbursed. My government has recently decided to extend financial assistance to BD rolling workers also. For the people with disabilities who constitute 2.97% of the population, a number of schemes have been introduced for their upliftment. As part of this effort, my government will provide a monthly pension rupees 1,500 to the physically disabled persons. Telangana is strategically located, providing ideal ground for assimilation of different cultures, religious beliefs, as well as languages. My government is keen to preserve the diverse cultural aspirations of the people, especially the minorities, and adequate resources will be allocated towards this end in the current year's budget. My government is committed to the welfare of the minorities, which continue to suffer from several constraints. My government, therefore, have decided to provide an amount of rupees 1,000 crore every year for their welfare. My government has also introduced the Shadi Mubarak scheme for the benefit of all unmarried girls from minority communities, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, etc., with a view to alleviate financial burden of the family in performing marriages. A one-time financial assistance of rupees 51,000 shall be granted to every minority girl before marriage. Other benefits like scholarships, coaching for civil service exam are being provided by the government. In addition to the above, under multi-sectoral development programs, in the case of blocks with preponderance of minorities, comprehensive development assistance is planned, initially in Nizamabad and Medak districts. Housing is a key ingredient for economic security and well-being of the poor. After ordering a CID inquiry into the irregularities noticed in the implementation of the housing scheme for the weaker sections, my government is committed to continue the housing program with appropriate allocations. Educating and skilling the citizen is a primary responsibility of the government. A number of initiatives are proposed to be taken by the government in this regard, which include improving the quality of education from KG to PG and financial assistance to the needy students. The government employees of Telangana have played a crucial role in realizing the dream of achieving the new state. In recognition of the contribution and also to encourage them in our endeavors in realizing Bangaru Telangana, my government have made substantial pay revision to the tune of 43% in fitment, which is a record. Further, the state government employees were also provided special Telangana increment along with their health cards. All these measures are a testimony of the employee-friendly approach of my government. The journalists and lawyers also played a crucial role in the struggle for statehood of Telangana. As announced, steps are being initiated to set up welfare funds with appropriate corpus. Similarly, help is also extended to auto rickshaw drivers in the form of tax exemptions and accident insurance coverage. Accident insurance benefits have also been extended to the construction workers. A large number of people from Telangana migrated to other countries in search of employment. The welfare of these migrants is also my government's concern. Several measures are also being taken to look after their welfare. Women constitute nearly 50% of our state's population. Women play a major role in the welfare of the family as well as society at large, besides contributing to the economic development of the state. However, they are not receiving due attention and recognition in society. Dowry harassment, domestic violence and asset attacks and eve-teasing are a manifestation of this malady. To make women safe and secure in the capital, special task force teams, SHE, have been formed. Their successes are already noteworthy. Similar initiatives will be taken in other parts of the state. Our objective is to empower and encourage women and enable them to play an active role in the socio-cultural and economic development of the state. A gender resource center has been established to address issues related to gender equity. In order to make Hyderabad a safe city and an attractive investment destination, law and order has been given priority by my government. There will be constant alertness with a network of CC cameras and other advanced gadgets covering the entire urban agglomeration. My government is taking up a number of initiatives to transform Hyderabad metropolis into a global hub. Considering the strategic location of Hyderabad in our federation, its potential to become a global destination will soon be realized. In Telangana, rural population predominantly depends on agriculture and allied sectors for their livelihood. Hence, promotion of agriculture sector is critical for livelihood promotion and welfare of the farmers. My government is determined to ensure their well-being by implementing various developmental and welfare measures benefiting the farmers. A major initiative in this regard is the crop loan waiver scheme implemented to reduce the debt burden up to rupees 1 lakh for each farmer's family. Similarly, tax has been exempted in the purchase of agriculture tractors and trolleys. Other financial benefits have also been extended to the farmers in the form of various subsidies. Towards fulfilling the promises made earlier, a horticultural university has been set up at Rajendra Nagar. The Agriculture Department has also initiated several other measures for rejuvenating agriculture in the state, like issuing soil health card, promoting crop colonies, providing input subsidy on fertilizers and farm machinery. Telangana is endowed with several natural advantages in crop husbandry. With a view to encourage farmers to produce seeds of high quality, my government is taking steps in transforming the state as a seed bowl of India. My government will also take appropriate steps to prevent black marketing of fertilizers. Government will also offer adequate subsidy to farmers who adopt micro-irrigation and greenhouse cultivation, and also support farm mechanization and custom hiring centers for easy access of farm machinery to small and marginal farmers. My government is making efforts to increase the forest cover from the present 25.16% to 33% of the total geographic area of the state through rejuvenation of degraded forests, intensive soil and water conservation, social forestry, etc. Telangana contributes 1/3 of poultry production in the country. It is our intention to promote and strengthen this sector. Recognizing the importance of dairying in rural livelihood, my government has extended an incentive of ₹4 per litre to those farmers who supply milk to the State Dairy Federation. My government is committed to harness and utilize waters of Godavari and Krishna rivers. As part of this, we are proposing 2 new schemes, Palamaru Lift Irrigation Scheme and Nakalagandi project covering nearly 13.5 lakh acres. In addition to this, my government proposes to create 2 new reservoirs, Tadagapalli and Pavlaparthi, as part of the Paranahita Chavala Lift Irrigation Scheme. My government is also committed to provide irrigation facility to 1 lakh acres in each assembly constituency for risk-proofing the farmer sector from the vagaries of monsoon. My government is also negotiating with the neighboring states for equitable sharing of water from major river basins. Government has taken up a flagship program under Mission Kakatiya to restore the minor irrigation sources which have been neglected in the past. In all, a total of 46,447 minor irrigation tanks are planned to be restored in the next 5 years at an estimated cost of ₹20,000 crore. In order to improve the supply of safe drinking water to all the households with mandated quantity of potable drinking water in both urban and rural areas, Telangana Drinking Water Supply Project has been launched as a flagship program. My government is committed to overcome the shortage of power in the state and provide quality and reliable power to all categories of consumers. Necessary steps have been taken to bridge the deficit by way of short-term, medium-term and long-term procurements. New capacity additions, purchase of power from neighboring states and from central pool. It is proposed to add 6,000 megawatts over the next 3 years to make the state self-sufficient. My government has launched a new industrial policy framework 2014 with a vision of research to innovation, innovation to industry, industry to prosperity. Telangana State Industrial Project Approval and Self-Certification System, TS-IPAS, has been set up for single window clearance. The policy has identified 14 thrust areas to prioritize investments. An industrial land bank consisting of uncultivable land is being created for future industrial promotion. Telangana contributes about 33% of pharma production of the nation. Considering the potential for expansion, Hyderabad Pharma Project City Project has been planned covering 11,000 acres to attract investment in this sector. As you are aware, the state IT sector contributes substantially to the state GDP and employment. In order to increase the share of the state in the national IT services, several initiatives are being taken up. The Government of India has cleared Information Technology Investment Region, ITIR, project with the investment potential ₹2.1 lakh crore, generating 15 lakh new jobs. Telangana Academy of Skill and Knowledge has been created for skilling the state's youth. I am happy to announce that the electronic manufacturing clusters are being established in the state with an employment potential of nearly 2.5 lakhs. There are also other initiatives such as promotion of animation and gaming sector, establishing innovation centers, T-Hub as IIIT Hyderabad, and providing Wi-Fi facility for better governance. Towards democratic decentralization, Manavuru Mana Pranalika has been formulated by my government. Under this scheme, felt needs of the local people are addressed through village level planning and prioritization of works. Planning functions have been strengthened at every level, utilizing data obtained from the Samagra Kutumba survey. Evaluation function is also being strengthened in the state with the establishment of Evaluation Authority of Telangana East. After the formation of Telangana state, my government has decided to continue to implement the Constituency Development Program to enable MLAs and MLCs to undertake development works in their respective constituencies with an enhanced amount of ₹1.5 crores. My government is of the view that better governance is possible at the field and village level if the elected representatives, particularly MLAs and MPs, are easily accessible to the people. To facilitate this, my government proposes to establish permanent officers for MLAs and MPs in their constituency headquarters. My government is taking the required steps to promote cooperation with neighboring states such as Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Although there are certain unresolved issues post-bifurcation, particularly on the allocation of water and electricity, my government is making all efforts to resolve these amicably through a process of dialogue. To revive the cultural tradition and heritage of the state, several initiatives have been taken up. Batukamma and Bonalu are the two important festivals of the state which have the potential to attract tourists from all over the country. In view of their importance in the state, these have been accorded the state of state festivals. చివరిగా భారత రాజ్యాంగాన్ని అనుసరించి తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రంలో ఉంటున్న ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి ఎలాంటి భేదభావం లేకుండా అందరికీ సమానంగా సుపరిపాలన అందిస్తానని హామీ ఇస్తున్నాను. సర్వజన హితాయ సర్వజన సుఖాయ ఇదే నా ప్రభుత్వ లక్ష్యం. ఈ ఆశయ సాధన వేగవంత కావడానికి మనమందరం సమిష్టిగా కృషి చేద్దాం. జై హింద్.